Librarians Northwest celebration. Last year we were in Rustenburg, Bojanala district, celebrating our first Librarians Day. So hence we are saying today marks the second annual Librarians Day in the Northwest province. I'll be steering this ship. I'm not alone. I'm with Ntate Semela from Northwest Library and Information Services. The program is not long, and feel free to participate, to engage. We are here to say, as librarian, we do exist. We are here to take our position as librarians. By so saying, I was declaring this gathering, this program officially opened. I'll first request that Tate Semela to introduce Dr. Moyo to do the official opening and welcome. Thank you, colleagues.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all well this morning. My name is Hassani Gift Semela, and my task here is a small but a big one. I've been tasked with introducing my boss's boss. I'm here to introduce to you all the Chief Director in Library and Information Service here at Northwest University, Dr. Matthew Moyo, who will do the official welcoming and opening for us. We are in Dr. Moyo's house, so it's only protocol that he welcomes everyone into one of his homes. Over to you, Dr. Moyo.
Thank you very much, Gift. As co-program directors. The Director, Library, Information and Archive Services in the province, Me Sembe, who could be joining us online, right? Members of the LIASA board, the President, Mr. Chade Mapunjane Molepo, who could be also joining online, and his team. Of course, in the room, we have Ms. Dina Mashiane, who is part of the LIASA board. Let me also take this opportunity to welcome our guests in our midst here, Mr. Wilbert Zwakafa, who is a visiting university librarian from the Zimbabwe Open University in Zimbabwe. He's visiting the Northwest University, I think, for about 35 days. The LIASA office, who I believe are hosting this event, I also want to acknowledge them. Members of the LIS team here at Northwest University, the leadership. I thought Dr. Nelly would be in the room, perhaps she'll join us. But some could be joining us online. But I also want to acknowledge all our colleagues who are here present. And I see a very big delegation from the Northwest Provincial Library, Information and Archive Services. feel welcome to our facilities here at Northwest University. Let me simply say all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is indeed my privilege and great honor to be welcoming you to this occasion or event where we are celebrating the efforts of librarians from the province in contributing to the development of the country, development of the world at large. I was looking and just looking back this morning in terms of the role of public and community libraries. And I pictured myself growing up using public libraries in our community. I had the privilege of using a community library where I stayed, but also once in a while, particularly Saturdays, I would then go to town to use the much bigger public library that was in our vicinity. Growing up again, now as a college student for library and information science, I would still go to public libraries. And most of my intention for a full year, I spent in public libraries. And I realized the value that public and community libraries play in our communities. It's a much, much bigger role that they play. So as an intern within the public libraries environment, I witnessed growth of individuals. You would see high school students graduating from high school to university and graduating from universities and joining the world of work. And a lot of them would come back to those public libraries to say, thank you, this is where I am now. I started here as a student, but now I'm a medical doctor practicing medicine. Now I'm an engineer working for such an industry. And that would excite us as librarians. That would excite me as a young librarian back then. That indeed we are making a sound contribution to societal development. Public libraries are actually the first universities, and these are universities that are free. If you are paying something very small, which is quite negligible and quite affordable to members of our communities. So I want to say to Mayor Sembe and her team, the work that you are doing is great. The work that you are doing contributes to national development. The work that you are doing in public and community libraries contributes to individual development. I searched here for more roles that public libraries and community libraries play. And one that attracted me the most is the one on bridging the digital divide. You provide free internet access, you provide computers and digital literacy training. In most libraries, you would also find some corners like the American Library Corner, promoted by the American embassies. And in that corner, you would find a lot of information in terms of opportunities in America and other countries for study and for work. I think the first CV that I developed was from a public library. I went in there and I asked the librarian, I want to type this CV. I had it in longhand back then. And he said, yes, you are very much welcome. And if you want to print it, there is the printer, you can just post it from this end. Every time that I visit that city, even up to date, I will pop in, and at one point, I donated all my collection that I had from back then to that public library. That is through the realization of the role that we play as public and community libraries. So apart from bridging the digital divide, you also support long life learning or lifelong learning. This is why I said public and community libraries are part of the university value chain. You contribute a lot. At one point, I was saying, why can't the Department of Education and the Department of Arts team up and just introduce one set of library? Because it's the young children from primary level to high school that are in most cases accessing our public libraries. So if we team up, these two departments team up, then we can tailor make our services and ensure that they address the dire needs of the young people, the high school people, and people who have just graduated. Of course, not forgetting some of us who are aging. So the role that public libraries play in our societies is very critical. So this day that you have dedicated to yourselves to celebrate your efforts in our communities, is very important, not just to you, but to all of us from the LIS sector. A few weeks back, we celebrated the Librarians' Day that we hosted as Northwest University in our Vanderbilt Park campus. And this event was well attended, both in person and online. And when I checked before I came up here, I could see a lot of people joining this event also online. And we appreciate that. So without further ado, I would really like to thank the leadership of the Provincial Library Services and our own team here at Northwest University for making this gathering a reality. And I have no doubt that we are going to listen to more presentations in celebration of the efforts of our public and community libraries. I also checked, and at one point, I was actually part of the team that went somewhere closer to Rustenburg to open a new provincial library. And this has been going on for a very long time now. When I checked this morning, I realized that through the government's conditional grant, a lot of libraries have been opened. And here in Northwest, we have quite a lot of them that have been built and opened. I remember during the COVID, we dodged COVID all the way to Mahikeng for another event that we were collaborating with the Provincial Library and Information and Archive Services. And there came the MEC who graced us at that event, and she appreciated the work that we are doing as Northwest University and the Northwest Provincial Library and Information Services. So to Mayor Sembe and team, please continue the good work that we are doing, and continue to open more libraries, more community centers, more community libraries, and continue to collaborate with us. We have a dedicated team. Dina here is at your disposal whenever you have an event that you would want us to also join as Northwest University. With these few words, I want to say to you all, welcome to this event, and the event is officially opened, and all the best with the rest of the deliberations. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause for Dr. Moyo. Thank you, Doc, for the warm welcome. Indeed, we are more than welcome. Okay, indeed, we can feel free to participate. We can feel free to engage one another. And another thing, thank you for reminding us that as community libraries, public libraries, the contribution we are making, it goes unnoticed. So colleagues from public libraries, community libraries, let's clap our hand for ourselves to say we do exist. Okay, there's some amendment in the program. Before we go to public and community library, we'll first start with Mayor Masimpe, our Director, Arts, Culture, Sports, Recreation, Library and Information Services, to give us a message of support. We are here today because of the support that we got from Mayor Masimpe, because she fully supports LIASA in all the activities and events. So for this activity and for this program to be successful, it was through her contribution. So let's welcome Mayor Masimpe, even though Mayor Masimpe could not attend, but she will be presenting visually. So IT teams, can you assist us with the presentation or message of support from Mayor Masimpe? Mayor Masimpe, the platform is yours.
Thank you, Program Director. I just want to establish if I am audible.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Program Director, let me immediately acknowledge our host, NWU, Dr. Moyo. Thank you very much for the warm welcome, and also to your team, and also for allowing us to allow the librarians of Northwest to use your venue to gather today to celebrate the Librarians' Day. We know the Librarians' Day was on the 10th of July, but as Northwest team, it was still important for them to gather in the province to celebrate this day. I want to acknowledge the leadership of LIASA. We are here because LIASA is our organization, and quite fortunate as librarians to have an organization which felt it necessary to say, librarians, you are worth it, you are important, and you have to be celebrated. LIASA is an organization which really has the interest of library and information professionals. And these have led them to go as far as saying, look, we need to have a South African Librarians Day, which then is celebrated on the 10th of July. This celebration is not because we are librarians, we are qualified to be librarians, or we are employed in the space of librarianship, but it's because of the contribution that as librarians we are making into the lives of the people of South Africa. We have made libraries important spaces where we are able to make a contribution in the government of South Africa, the government that we are in today, in the democracy, to make sure that libraries are relevant and important, not only for social cohesion, but they also contribute to education, to innovation. And these are the efforts of librarians who today we are celebrating. I read a piece by President of LIASA, Tate Chalemulepo, which was on the Witness. And he says, South African Librarians Day acknowledges individuals who connect people with knowledge, empower communities through information, and help build an informed, democratic, and inclusive society. If that message does not make us librarians to be proud, I don't know what else can do. We definitely have to be proud. I'm just going to quickly acknowledge what in his opening address Dr. Moyo was saying about the Northwest Provincial Library Services. It is truly an honor. We feel very honored to be acknowledged like that. And definitely it means as librarians we have to stand up and be happy that whatever work we are doing is being acknowledged and definitely contributing to improving the lives of people. The theme for this year, Librarians Championing Ethical and Inclusive AI. We, as Northwest Provincial Library Services, and our community libraries in particular, this is a concept which probably is still overwhelming us. We are still at a level where we are looking at this advancement happening, but we would want to take this challenge. I want to talk to our librarians to say, we have so many things that we are doing in our libraries, and now we have to stop and hear that there is AI. We have to stop to face this issue, the new dawn of rapid technological advancement, but particularly with the AI revolution. We are challenged as librarians and information workers, but we do not have to be dismayed. AI might still be a concept to us, but we are in good hands. LIASA is championing this. We have partners. We have to work with other partners. We do have the groundwork. There is an indication that we are fortunate. We have the Office of the Premier that is also supporting us. We must acknowledge that with the internet connectivities in our communities. And the Office of the Premier has a responsibility, obviously, in the province to reach out to the communities to ensure that they have access to information. But libraries have become an important conduit to provide that. Because now in community libraries, this is where people are able to come in. We are providing computers. We have made the computers available for and spaces. We are not underestimating the fact that we are living in a community which is still facing challenges, where people are still having issues, struggling with issues of poverty. We are battling with inequality. We are there as library services to help those who need the help of government, to provide spaces where the poor are able to sit and study, to have access to computers and to have access to information. I'm not going to be very long with this message. What I would want us as librarians, particularly talking to my colleagues in the community libraries of Northwest, is that let us open up and embrace these changes. The work that we are doing is most important. But if technological advancements are coming our way, and we do not open up, we do not learn, we do not use the opportunities that we are given by institutions like our organization, in particular, LIASA, we might fall back. We might feel that we do not belong. I would want to now, Dr. Moyo, again, and your team, to acknowledge the collaboration that we have and to say, this is quite an opportunity, because we acknowledge that the colleagues that are in the university are ahead of us, and they are bringing in the knowledge that we require. They have opened up to say, let's look at what is it that we need to do for community libraries to be relevant with AI. So we are appreciative of that opportunity. We are appreciative, and we have to, as librarians in our community, if we do not work with the university, we might fall behind with these developments. The most other important part that we need to acknowledge is our employers. We cannot underestimate that we are employed now. Most of our libraries, or most of colleagues that probably are attending today, we are in the employ of government. We are employed provincial government in the Department of Arts, Culture, Sports and Recreation. We have to acknowledge our employers, because they are giving us opportunity to practice the profession, and we do not take that for granted, because we have made it a point that community libraries are relevant to the needs of the people. Community libraries stands as centers of community life. Each day that we wake up and go to work facing challenges that could be relating to our employment and other things, we also stand up and say, we are able to make libraries relevant, to be the drivers of social cohesion, to be the drivers to impart the spaces which are required by those communities. So to our employers, we acknowledge, because today, the day of today that we are able to celebrate as librarians, we are using it because we are in the employ of government. We acknowledge that, and we do not take it for granted. Let's go back. Let's take this opportunity today, firstly, to build ourselves, to reflect on our profession, to build ourselves up and be, to stand up proud and say, yes, we are librarians and we are happy to be where we are, the space that we are, and we would want to do more. It should be a moment of being happy, reflecting, be grateful, and to go back, because we still have communities to serve, and we do that diligently. I wish you a happy Librarians Day, and I'm sure that this day is going to be fruitful. We are going to be listening to various speakers that are going to talk to us, and we appreciate that always. And thank you very much, Chairperson of the Northwest branch of LIASA, for giving me these opportunities. And to you colleagues all, happy Librarians Day. Thank you.
Thank you to our director, Mema Sempe, the captain. We call her the captain of Library and Information Services. And Mema Sempe, thank you for always being there for LIASA, for allowing the community libraries to explore their ideas, and for providing the growth towards community libraries. Dr. Moyo, I can attest you the collaboration that we are having with Northwest University Library and Information Service. It's very great. They are always on board. They are always supporting us. And again, thank you, Mema Sempe, for reminding us that we need to be proud of ourselves. As librarians, we need to say, I'm proud to be librarians. We need to be proud of our profession, not forgetting being a professional librarians, and also to register to become a PL. My co-program, I'll hand over to my co-program director as we move with the program. And I'll also request Apelele to share the programs with the colleagues who are attending visual, because I don't see the program. It's only those who are sitting here who's having program. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you very much, Austepi. Colleagues, as we move on with our program, the third item on the program, it's we'll be receiving word of support or remarks from the Provincial and Community Library National Chair, Ms. Manda Ho, who's joining online from the Diamond City, Kimberley. Ms. Manda, over to you. Also, you're representing here. Oh, okay. So we'll be having the presentation actually from Komoto Mabina, who is joining in person here with us. Just give us a moment, colleagues.
Good morning, colleagues. Yeah, I'm not Miss Manda, I'm Komoto Mabina, the Provincial Chair, Public and Community Libraries, Liasa. I'm here on behalf of Miss Manda, who unfortunately can't be with us. She's in hospital, so we wish her speedy recovery. She asked me to deliver the message on her behalf. She's our national chair for public and community libraries, Liasa. So the message reads as follows. I'm not going to edit it. I'm not going to edit. Happy South African Librarians Day. Good morning, fellow librarians. Today we gather with pride and gratitude to celebrate South African Librarians Day, a special day dedicated to recognizing the important role the libraries and information professionals play in our country. It is a day to honor the people who open doors to knowledge, guide communities to reliable information, and help build a future of reading, learning, and lifelong growth. South African Librarians Day is celebrated on 10th July, the anniversary of the launch of the Librarians of the Library and Information Association of South Africa. This day reminds us that librarianship is more than a profession. It is a service to society. Libraries support education, literacy, research, culture, recreation, and community development. They help people make informed decisions and participate more fully in a democratic life. In our libraries, we see every day how information can change lives. A child discovers the joy of reading. A learner finds material for an assignment. A job seeker receives help to search for opportunities. A pensioner finds a welcoming space. A community member learns how to access digital services. This may seem like ordinary moments, but they are powerful examples of how libraries bring hope, dignity, and opportunity to closer to people. As librarians, we do not only issue books or organize shelves. We are information guides, educators, digital literacy supporters, reading champions, community builders. In a time when misinformation spreads quickly and technology changes rapidly, our role is more important than ever. We help people find trustworthy information, use resources responsibly, develop confidence in a changing world. This year's celebration also calls us to reflect on the future of libraries. Artificial intelligence, digital platforms, and new ways of learning are reshaping how people access knowledge. But no technology can replace the human care, professional judgment, and community understanding that librarians bring. We remain the bridge between people and information, ensuring that access is ethical, inclusive, and meaningful. To all the Northwest librarians, thank you. Thank you for your daily service. Thank you for welcoming every person who walks through your doors. Thank you for promoting reading, supporting learners, assisting researchers, keeping our libraries active and relevant. Your work is often quiet, but its impact is loud and lasting. Let us continue to protect libraries as safe, inclusive, and valuable community spaces. Let us continue to inspire readers, empower communities, and stand proudly as custodians of knowledge. May we never underestimate the difference we make. One book, one question, one reader, and one act of service at a time. Happy South African Librarians Day. May we celebrate our profession with pride today, and may we continue to serve our communities with excellence, compassion, and dedication. Mandahu, professional librarian, Liasa board member, public libraries. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Madlina, for representing Manda so well in her absence. We wish Manda a speedy recovery, and we hope that she gets well soon. I think the words of Manda relates to quite a lot of us. We often tend to neglect the role that we actually play as librarians, and we even at times get shaken when new changes in the sector come. The likes of AI, in some spaces, they would say, how do you feel as a librarian now that there's AI? But as Manda has said, there's no technology that can ever replace the work that us as librarians play. Without any waste of time, we'll proceed with the program. We will get presentations from the following colleagues. The first presentation will be on SLIMS. We'll be getting that presentation from Ms. Mamiki Mararani. Is she here?
Yeah, Mamaki.
Oh, Mamaki Mararani first, and then we'll have Mr. Figili coming afterwards. Is Mamaki here in person or online? Online. Over to you, Mamaki.
Good morning, colleagues. It's actually Figile Madalane, and then Mamaki will take over after I have done my presentation. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You can proceed with the changes. It's okay.
Thank you very much on that. It's quite a challenging one when it comes to library and internet. So as it says there, I need to inform, or rather get colleagues settled on the internet connections within the province. I've been listening to Mema Sempe alluding to Office of the Premier being responsible for or rather assisting us in making sure all the libraries are connected within the province. And I can confirm that so far we have 123 libraries connected with a speed of a minimum of 4 to a maximum of 20 megabits per second internet speed. That is the bandwidth that we are using. And we have so far requested an extension, or rather an expansion from the current minimum, which is 4, to at least having a minimum of 30 megabits per second as our bandwidth. Remember, in the current state, we are having AIs, we are having robotics, and whenever you go out, you do your research, a minimum for robots to be operational in any library or any system, we would need a minimum of 30 megs. However, 30 megs as a minimum that we have requested, it does not mean we will be settled with the 30 megs if we eventually get that. It's still work in progress. Hopefully we will pass the situation and get even better bandwidth as time goes on. The reality is, in the past 3 years, we've had challenges, internet connections in all our libraries, but then there's been settlements in a sense that most of our libraries now, they do not have the timeouts we used to have in the past 2 years. They do not struggle like they used to when doing the connections. And even before, most of the libraries could not access our social media pages. And currently, I can attest to that most of our libraries can now log on to our social media pages, your TikToks, your Facebooks, and even YouTube. As much as we are throttling the bandwidth, but it's one of the things that we are striving to achieve, that whenever you are doing these connections, you shouldn't be struggling. Hence, we requested an upgrade in the current bandwidth. So, like I just said earlier on, it's baby steps, but then I believe we are on the right track. I believe we will eventually get it right. And getting it right, it would be through the assistance of everyone in libraries, everyone who's responsible for community libraries, by telling us, by showing us our current failures, by not mocking us, by simply showing us we need to achieve 1, 2, 3, and that we can always go back and redo the settings that we are currently having. So far so good. I will hand over to Mema Maki Makakane to speak to you the Slims connection. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Madarani. Good morning, colleagues. My name is Mapodu Maragane from Library Systems. I'm going to give you a brief report on the status of SLIMS in the Northwest Province. SLIMS is the integrated library management system that we are using in our libraries, mainly to manage our library collection, to manage our patrons, circulation of library materials, and also for generating the statistical reports on a daily basis. So this SLIMS is a system that is powered by SETA, hence the name SLIMS. For SETA
Mamaki, we are struggling to hear you. Mamaki, can you hear us? We are unable to hear you in the room. Mamaki, I don't know if you are able to hear us, but we are unable to hear you. I think you are having some connectivity challenges. Can you hear us? I think we have lost Mamaki. Can we move to the next item on the agenda? Then we'll come back to Mamaki once she has reconnected. So the next item on the agenda, it's from Mr. Komuto Mabina again. So he will be presenting on libraries as digital hubs. Volmarastad Library Cisco Network Academy. Over to you, Mr. Mabini.
Yeah, thank you, colleagues. Thank you. Good morning once again. Standing before you still Komuto Mabina, professional librarian. I'm the head librarian in Makwasil's local municipality. I'm here to present on what we do. The title of my presentation is that converting libraries into digital learning hubs. Volmarastad Library Cisco Networking Academy. So, brief background of what the Cisco Network Academy is. The academy was established in 1997. Its aim is to bridge the global digital skills gap. The academy offers free industry-aligned courses in networking, cyber security, programming, and AI online. The academy currently has over 28 million learners in 195 countries. We have got 12,200 academies worldwide. We support the development of fourth industrial revolution skills. So with us at Volmarastad, our background is that our Volmarastad, those who don't know, it is situated in Makwasils under the district of Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. Under the district of Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, in the Northwest Province, just on the N12 Treasure Route, on your way to Kimberley. Volmarastad Library became a Cisco Networking Academy on August 27, 2025. Our academy, as I've mentioned, our courses are online. They are for free to the public. They are self-paced training, ICT-related courses. Training is available to community members and the Northwest Library staff under the Department of Arts and Culture, but doesn't exclude them, just that we have not yet expanded to other departments and other institutions. The program aims to reduce the digital divide gap and improve digital inclusion. So objective of the academy, as I've mentioned, is to bridge the digital divide gap, promote lifelong learning, prepare learners for emerging technologies, improve digital literacy, increase employability, and also to support the National Digital Transformation Initiative. So the courses that we currently offer at the Volmarastad Academy is digital awareness, introduction to modern AI, apply AI to analyze customer reviews, English for IT, digital safety and security awareness, introduction to Internet of Things and digital transformation, introduction to cybersecurity. They are not limited to these courses. What we do normally, we open courses maybe for 2 months. There is a certain period because since they are self-paced, you do them on your own time, but we open them for 2 months. Then after they're done and we get new clients, we open another ones. Those who have completed these courses, then we can open other courses for them. Then, but those, normally when you complete, probably you get a distinction in those free courses. There are accredited courses on the Network Academy online. After a completion of those other courses, you get a free badge that can give you a discount if you want to do accredited courses with the Academy. So the accredited courses include, and not limited to, Introduction to Networking, Cybersecurity Essentials, Python Programming, AI and Machine Learning, and Data Analysis. So the Academy does have an impact. Globally, we have got around 5.3 students as of 2025. 28% of them are female, 28.3 million students since inception in 1995. So 27% since inception is female. So 97% of our learners do complete the courses and get the certificate. And currently in South Africa, worldwide, we are number 8 compared to other countries. We are number 8. Those are the countries that are on top, led by India, the United States, Peru, and Brazil. Then the South African impact. In South Africa, we have got around 157,000 students. 60% of them are females. So since the inception of the program, we have reached over 600,000 students. Just last week, is it last week? Or yeah, last week on the 23rd, we were in the Innovation Hub in Pretoria, celebrating and cutting the 600,000 students reached, the impact that we have had in South Africa, celebrating that milestone. So 54% of females since the inception have registered for this course. And with South Africa, we have got 98% completion of the program. Can we get a hand of applause for that? Because it shows the impact that we do and the number of people that we are able to reach. Because while I was there, there was a young woman from Njerere, deep in the rural villages of Limpopo in Venda, who spoke how this program changed her life, how she learned about it while she was in VUT. And she's currently leading our learning program in Africa, not South Africa, in Africa, through this program employed by the Cisco Networking Academy. So we have got over 1,417 instructors, myself included. I'm a certified instructor of Cisco. I got the opportunity to do the Cisco program in 2021 during lockdown, where my mic just got cut off by network. She contacted me and others to join the program. We studied and got an instructor certificate, level 5. But if we want to continue, we've got an opportunity to continue to other certificates. So in our academy in Volmarastad, since we have registered last year as an academy, we have reached over 146 students. We are not doing one election because we have tried to expand the program to other libraries in Northwest. I've communicated during the stakeholder workshop with our libraries that we have got this program. And Cisco has indicated because Northwest Department of Arts, Culture, Sports and Recreation, they're an academy. I'm one of the instructors there with Mamaki. So Wolmaranstad is responsible for the whole Northwest. And when, if you want to be an instructor, you can register on the Cisco Network Academy. You study, they teach you everything, and you become an accredited instructor. Then you offer those courses in your own library. When you offer these courses, you are not doing them for Wolmaranstad library. You are doing them for your community. Because I know colleagues, sometimes we chase statistics, so you feel like you are assisting the other library. No, you'll be assisting your own community in bridging the digital divide gap. So 75% of the people who have registered for this program in our library is 75%. So in total, including the staff that have registered in our department, is 155. So we had around 9 staff members who have registered last year. And the disappointing part is that none of our staff members have completed even a single course. So I don't know how colleagues are going to equip themselves and learn the new trends. We are speaking language of AI, we are speaking language of Internet of Things, we are speaking coding and robotics, something that we have never taught. We know some of us are old. You are going to learn this thing for free here online. So you can't be a librarian in a library and kids come and want to do research and you are clueless about that topic. So we have got an opportunity here, colleagues. Those who are interested will speak with me. I'll open courses again for our staff so that you learn. Those who want to be instructors also, we are going to do that. So the unfortunate part, and this is part of the staff contribution, only 38% of our students have completed the courses. So it shows poor performance from our side, but I'll indicate the challenges that we experience. So our key partner, we have got local NPOs that are run by youth that come to our library. So we encourage them to register and also recruit people for us. So challenges that our learners communicate that they experience is that the limited ICT literacy, they meet these things for the first time, poor computer skills. I heard Dr. Moyo mention that he went to the library while he was still in school. I myself, I saw the library for the first time when I went to university, doing my first year in University of Limpopo in 2005. A laptop, I saw it for the first time and held it for the first time when I was doing grade 12. And I only knew how to play music and movies. I didn't even know how to type. So this is an opportunity to assist our community with the computer skills, basic computer literacy skills in our libraries. So the other challenge that our community experiences is high cost of mobile data. And we thank the department for providing free internet access in our libraries, even though sometimes we experience challenges in terms of connectivity. So they also indicated limited internet connectivity in their homes, difficulty completing the self-paced courses because some prefer to be taught in person. They can learn on their own. So some, for them to continue with other accredited courses, they mentioned or they lack finances to do the certificates. So us as an institution, we have got limited ICT infrastructure. In our challenges, we have got limited ICT infrastructure in terms of computers and laptops. There are not many so that we can conduct contact-to-contact classes. So that's a challenge that we are experiencing, but I believe the department is in the process of addressing it. We have got limited instructor training. The training that I once attended happened in 2021. The ones available online are self-paced. So if we can get more training from the Cisco Networking Academy. So limited partnership with other libraries and institutions, if I've mentioned, or other libraries, we have sold the program to them, but they are reluctant to register their public. And it's not that difficult. You just put a post out there, this program, enlist your names, then I'll just share a WhatsApp link with you. They click on the link, then they are able to register and do the courses at their own pace in their own times. So the other thing that I mentioned, because we don't do contact-to-contact classes, we have got a limited time in monitoring the progress of learners. Because on the online on the Cisco Network Academy, we can only see when a learner is registered and only see when a learner has completed or not completed the course. So there is an opportunity for growth, despite all the challenges. If we can strengthen collaboration with public libraries, partner with local schools, TVET colleges and universities, expand training for instructors to increase the number of instructors in the province, create mentorship program for learners, increase community awareness campaigns on the program, encourage library staff to participate, and also train additional Cisco instructors. In conclusion, these days our libraries are seen as a place of photocopying. We are not photocopiers. We can't have people coming every day to do photocopies and leave. We can't have people coming to take a book and leave while we are living in a digital era. So libraries are no longer center for books. They are centers for digital innovation and lifelong learning. The Volmaranstad Library Cisco Networking Academy demonstrate how we can contribute in the digital divide gap. So the greatest opportunity is not only increasing enrollment, but improving learner completion, certification success, and create employment opportunities for our users. So I thank you.
Another round of applause for Volmaranstad Libraries. Thank you, Ntate Mabina. Tsholena Library in Volmaranstad, it's a newly open library. It was opened in March. It's one of our state-of-art library, and it's one of the libraries that's providing more space for technological advancement than space for books. And I think it's the first in the Northwest to have robotics advancement towards the community. We as Northwest, we are serving, most of libraries are in rural community areas and from the disadvantaged communities. So as librarian, this is an opportunity to take these services to improve our service to our communities. Thank you, Ntate Mabina, for the job well done in Tswelelang and Volmaranstad. So we are moving with our program. We will be doing presentation. We'll be hearing presentation from Northwest Nursing College. Tate, Mr. Leslie Muriani. Okay, Northwest Nursing College. One of my studies is on adoption of electronic system to improve access of electronic resources in nursing college. I once had an engagement with Mayor Nkuman, who is an HOD for nursing, all the nursing, Northwest Nursing College. Yes, nursing, Nkuman. Yes, director of nursing, and we spoke about collaboration, if we can have collaboration with the public libraries, because we are serving the same communities. So they are having the very same challenges that we are having as libraries and public communities. The bio for Mr. Leslie, 7 years experience as senior librarian at Kunwana Library, and 2 times Funda Mzansi champion as book club coordinator, and the first in Ngagamodiri Mulema district to participate in Funza Mzansi, and currently as principal librarian at Northwest College of Nursing Mafikeng campus. And Tate Leslie, the stage is yours. A round of applause.
Good day, colleagues. Morning. It's already they've been introducing me. My name is Tshepo Moriano from Northwest College of Nursing Mafeking campus. My presentation will be as follows. The outline of the presentation is introduction, background, information sharing, and user education, curriculum collaboration, HOD collaboration, liaison with the student affairs, outreach and community engagement, and conclusion. In my introduction, I simply make it general. I didn't specifically say in Northwest College what to say. I said the library plays an essential role in supporting nursing education. Sorry. There's something disturbing me here. The library plays an essential role in supporting nursing education by providing access to quality information, resources, and services. It assists students and academic staff in teaching, learning, research, and professional development through effective information services. In Northwest College of Nursing, we prioritize the quality education, mostly in terms of the students, as much as they are research-based students. The background is as follows. The Northwest College of Nursing Library supports teaching, learning, research, and clinical training by providing access to print, electronic information resources, including nursing textbooks, journals, and online database. It promotes evidence-based nursing practice through reliable and up-to-date health information, while offering services such as reference assistance, literature such as information literacy training. The library also helps students to develop research skills, provide ICT facilities where available, and maintain a conducive learning environment. Through this service, the library supports life learning and the professional development of nursing students and academic staff. On this one, as librarians, we need to adapt to the fourth industrial revolution, especially in terms of technology. If you can check, Mr. Mabina alluded something to do with information illiteracy within the communities. So it's very much becomes difficult when students come to the college being information illiterate. So, which means there's a responsibility for community libraries at large to ensure that they offer information services towards those students. They prepare them so that when coming to the universities or colleges, they already know what to do. Because it becomes a problem when you find that most of the learners, they don't even have access to computers, they don't know how to type. So it's becoming difficult for especially universities, especially those ones who are from remote rural areas. So information sharing and user education. The library serves as a central hub for sharing nursing and healthcare information among students, lecturers, researchers, and healthcare professionals. We provide access to reliable print and electronic resources, including books, journals, e-books, online database, and paper. So in this one, we're fortunate enough, recently we managed to subscribe to EBSCO, whereby they have access to those websites. They have access to the internet. Lately, when I get to the college, there was no internet, there was no EBSCO. Then at least we managed to engage with the EBSCO. Now we do have it. The library staff support information sharing through reference services, research assistant, and information literacy training while promoting collaboration through workshop and user education programs by encouraging ethical information use and provide access to current research and clinical guidelines, and also enhance teaching, learning, research, evidence-based practice, and the continuous professional development of its users. In this one, we have a quarterly plan whereby we engage with the student affairs, we engage with the SRC, we engage with the HODs and lecturers, where we have classes so that we can be able to conduct the information literacy or the user education to the students. Curriculum collaboration. Align library collection information resources with the nursing curriculum and course outcomes. Provide prescribed and recommended books, journals, and electronic resources for each program. Support curriculum updates by acquiring current nursing and health information. Promote evidence-based learning by providing access to research and clinical guidelines. Offer information literacy training to help students develop research and academic writing skills. So in relation to curriculum collaboration, in the Northwest College of Nursing, as librarians, we don't just go and buy books. We need to have collaboration with the curriculum committee, the one that are deciding which books should be bought in line with the course content. We as librarians, our duty is just to advise them in relation to the latest edition, as we are more frequently in contact with the book suppliers such as Van Skyke, such as Jutas. So our responsibility here is just to provide the books in line with the curriculum while supporting education. Then HOD collaboration. The two are interrelated in such a way that when the curriculum decides that we are going to have this kind of books for the students for the next financial year. So like in our college, we have 4 streams, of which we call it R171, of which is first year students. And we have 169, which are the auxiliary ones. We have 1497, which are the advanced midwifery students. Then whenever that they decide as a curriculum that for the next financial year, the library should buy these books. So we engage with the curriculum as well as the HODs. The HODs are the ones that are writing the request so that the library can be able to issue books. So most of our books, mostly we keep the recommended books within the library. One of the reasons is because we are dealing with the bursary students, then they get free books. Actually, they get all the materials, study material for free. So most of our books are much more like inventory. They just come, just purchase them, then we issue them to the students. The student affairs. So Rene, I've skipped this one, HOD collaboration, as much as it's linked to the curriculum. Then the lesson with the student affairs. This one is in terms of, we have a plan with the student affairs, which started last year. Basically, student affairs were the one who are going out and do the outreach programs, marketing, the campus and everything. So now we came to an agreement to say, no, it's our responsibility as a librarian to ensure that we disseminate information that is not distorted. It's our responsibility to ensure that we make sure that our information reaches those remote rural areas. So then we came to an agreement to say, in terms of the orientation, the library will take over the induction and so forth, especially for first year students. Then the outreach and community engagement. So if you can check, there's a thin line between the community engagement and the outreach. So if you can check, you cannot have an outreach if we don't have a community engagement. For instance, which means like we need to establish a collaboration with the key informants within the community so that we can have a proper relationship with those ones. So once we have those establish the collaboration with the key informants of the community, like traditional leaders, doctors, and so forth in the community, that's when we can have a plan to say, okay, it's fine. Now I've established a good relationship. So now we can have a plan of saying, no, how are we going to do an outreach programs? How are we going to take the service to the community? So as a nursing college, then we have established that one of the villages that we established is Masamani, which we have a good relationship with Masamani Primary Schools together with the Wellness Committee. So in the next coming 2 days, we'll be in Masamani while educating the learners, while we're donating. This donation is not from the college itself, it's from our self-initiative. The staff, they decided to say, you know what, let's contribute so that we can go together with the library and the Wellness Committee. In conclusion, the library is a vital information center that supports academic success and evidence-based nursing practice. By providing access to reliable information resources and research support information, it contributes to the development of knowledgeable and competent healthcare. Thank you. So I wrote something like to say, librarians not be redundant, ignorant, and allow a person to define or determine who you are, but strive to advocate for this profession and make it fashionable for the entire nation to know what will matter and bring sustainable change to the society. If you can look at the back there, sorry to say that, but I think it's a reality on that night. Most of the librarians, especially in the community librarians, they are office-based. So my question is one, you are a librarian, you don't lead by an example. What is it that you are trying to portray to the other librarian assistants? So as a librarian, you need to lead by an example. You need to be hands-on. You cannot just sit in our office and say, I'm a librarian, I'm waiting for librarian assistants who give me the programs, you consolidate, you compile, and you say, you know, it's compiled by Mr. Murian, whereas you're not on the ground. So we need to know and acknowledge the initiative of other staff. and also to create a change within the society. It's our responsibility as librarians to ensure that the community, we change the perspective, the perception of the community members within our community about our libraries. And we must be part of that community. Go to gatherings, align the needs of the library with the communities, know what to give at the end of the day. Because now you cannot sit in an office, just sit there and say, no, tomorrow I'm going to do an outreach program. Who are you? They don't even recognize, they don't even know you. So it's better to engage with the community on a daily basis, to be part of the community, to feel, to belong on that particular communities. And also acknowledge the people that report to you. You cannot just take someone's report and say it's compiled, you submit, whereas you know why did you compile that. So you cannot be an office barrier librarian. So you need to go out to the community, do outreach programs, establish a good relationship with the stakeholders so that you will see the community libraries soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Leslie, for your thought-provoking presentation, and also for urging colleagues again to become ambassadors of great library services. I think your last two slides echoed a lot about the importance of community outreach. And I also want to thank you again for challenging colleagues to take responsibility to ensuring that the communities that we serve really know us. If we don't do community outreach, colleagues, our services will not be known. Our libraries will be empty. The resources, all the good resources we have will not be utilized. And some might even reach their end of life without being really utilized. So let us indeed take responsibility and ensure that we reach out to the communities that we serve and to ensure that we are one with the community. Let's attend those invitations, whatever community activities that are out there, let's attend them. That's how they will know us. If there's a Lekgotla somewhere in the community, they go. That's how they will also eventually know you. Partner with some of the societies that are already there, the schools that are there, then eventually you will be well known. Eventually they will not have a program without having your name being part of that. So thank you very much for that presentation, Dr. Leslie, and also for making sure that your library becomes the heart of the organization. Those changes that you brought to life there, I think they're quite important, ensuring that there's internet access, ensuring that there's subscriptions to powerful databases such as EBSCOhost. So job well done on that. Can we give Mr. Leslie a round of applause? And also Mr. Babina for his presentation, a round of applause in absence. Thank you. So we will move on to the next presentation, which is on repositioning public libraries as community learning leaders in the AI era. The presentation will be shared by Mr. Mzwandile Radebe. I will just briefly read his bio. Mr. Mzwandile currently works as principal librarian in the Free State Department of Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation, and he is based in the Thabo Mofokeng District Office in Bethlehem. His role in the department focuses on three main key performance indicators, which is providing training and professional guidance to library staff, overseeing the provision of library services at public schools and community libraries, and developing a library collection that meets the information needs of the community. Additionally, he serves as the chairperson of the Digital Transformation Task Team and Free State Liasa Public and Community Library Sector. Mr. Mzwandile, over to you.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Am I audible enough?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, can I be assisted with access to share my slide?
Lele?
Yes,
Please
you can
assist.
start sharing.
Okay. I'm just going to share my screen so I won't see any interaction. So if there's anything, Chairperson, you will just shout.
We can see your screen.
Colleagues?
Yes, Mzwandile, we can hear you. We were able to see your screen. Please proceed with sharing your screen again. We can't see it anymore.
Okay, let me just share again. So you can see my screen and my presentation?
Yes.
Oh, even the presentation you can see?
Yes, perfect.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Chairperson. Let me take this opportunity to thank this opportunity for me to be part of this gathering, and also to really appreciate, the invite from the team, the Chairperson of Public and Community Libraries in the Northwest. And I would like to also greet the colleagues in attendance physically and those online, and also greet, colleagues that are with you from the Northwest University, with respect to Dr. Moyo and also his team there. And also really, really, really thank the collaboration that you guys have established with the Northwest University along with the department to come together and we start sharing knowledge. I think as public libraries, this is one area which we need to start mastering, the issue of collaboration, because without collaboration, public libraries in this era, we are really not going anywhere. So we need to partner with other stakeholders that share the same vision that we want to achieve. And I want to share that in the Free State, we are also strengthening and establishing partnerships with the University of the Free State and the CUT University, the Central University of Technology. So we are also venturing into the same direction, and I want to applaud the department to not to stop right there, but to continue. There's quite a lot that we can learn from each other as librarians on the knowledge that we actually acquire. This month we celebrated, but we still celebrate Librarians Day. This is an important day to us, colleagues, and we must celebrate it at all cost. And we're also celebrating Mandela Day, which to us, it's always Mandela Day every day. Every day it's Mandela Day because our work is to provide services to the communities that we serve. So I'm really excited about today's presentation because as you would have seen on my screen that the title of my presentation talks about the repositioning of public librarians as community learning leaders in the AI era. We are in an era that we cannot ignore. We are in an era that is reshaping how we operate. And when you take a look at the theme that we gathered with today, and make me to think of this, that an ethical and inclusive AI begins with ethical and inclusive librarian. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, before libraries can transform digitally, librarians must transform professionally. Now, my presentation is going to show this indication, but I'm going to be tapping into the background that I will be coming in with as a chairperson of digital transformation in the Free State. We have started this concept in the Free State, and as the director of library services, I really applaud her for the work that she has done. And we are also in the Free State gearing towards the same direction. And I'm starting to learn from today's presentations and this session that we have something in common. Now, one thing for sure, colleagues, we are changing lives, and daily we are changing lives. And as public librarians already, we are making an impact in our communities on a daily basis. And our challenge, it should be that we shouldn't only celebrate others, but we must also celebrate the work great that we do. And I think for that reason, colleagues, we must clap hands for ourselves. We must pat ourselves on the shoulder and the work that we do, because we're really doing great. And how we should ensure that we show the world that we are doing a great job. Every activity, every program that we engage in, we need to tell our stories. Because if we don't tell our stories, someone else is going to tell the story. We need to write articles. We need to prepare presentations. We need to do research. We need to be more engaging with the work that we do, and we share it not only with LIS colleagues, but share it with the same community that you serve, so that the community will know the important work that we do. And that is where we need to celebrate ourselves by doing so. So that is very important, colleagues. I always, when I do my trainings, and my library staff will tell you, gone are the days where, as librarians, we need to sit inside the building and wait for community members to come to us. That era is gone. Now we need to leave the library. In this era of AI, we need to leave the library and meet the community. And we need to go to the community and start asking questions to the community, because now, in this era, community members, yes, some still need us, some don't, because with just their smartphone and the AI tools that they have or within their fingertips, they can get whatever information that they want, and they can deem it as true, and they can make decisions using that information. But as a librarian, these are questions that we need to go out there and start asking the community members. What information do you search on an everyday basis? What apps are they using? Which AI tools, are they hearing about? Are they engaging on? And what kind of a problem are they solving with those apps, with those tools? Because if you are a librarian and you do not know your community, clearly you are not serving the role of a librarian. And the previous speaker said it quite clear to say, it cannot be that we are a librarian, but you are not interacting with your community. That is very important. Hence, as a librarian, you must know and also understand the socio-economic factors that are affecting that community. You must know the level of unemployment. You must know their poverty. You must know the information that they need. And how do you know that? It's through outreach program. How do you know that? It's through attending the Imbizo. It's through talking to the mayor. It's you talking to the ward councillor, community leaders, stakeholders, and the NGOs. This is how you're going to gather information, which will therefore now inform what information you need to prepare as a librarian. That is going to speak now to the community. So today, in this era of AI, community engagement now is more information needs assessments, because we are now no longer sitting and say we know what our community needs. No, we don't know now. We need to go there and start speaking to the community. And it's very important that you may think you know as a librarian, but you actually don't. And you need to go to the community and start engaging them. And it's quite sad that you find even today, where when you go into a particular community and you ask where is the library, or you ask about the librarian, the community members there, they don't know the librarian. Or majority of them don't even know where the library is. It means that there's still more work that needs to be done by the librarians then. We do understand the dynamics in the department in terms of professionalism and where we have our loopholes. But as professional librarians scattered all over the country, we need to close that gap, because we cannot assume that we know. Because when we get to the community, we must ask, what are they using? Can you show me? Because not everything we will know, colleagues. We must be willing not to say, I don't know, but how can I learn? We must be able to say what works, what doesn't work. And we see it through community engagement. Because after doing so, you will be able to identify expertise within the community. And those individual within the community, you must take them, bring them to the library, and create your own classroom program, classroom activity that is going to educate you as librarians and also educate the entire community. Imagine bringing a doctor to do a talk to young people there about his profession. That is something that we should actually do. Colleagues, you will all allude to this. We can't wait for training anymore. And in this age, in this era of information, literacy, and the AI and the digital transformation, we cannot even wait for our employer to be the one leading our path into what is it that we should be trained on or not. The employer doesn't have the professional growth ladder anymore, because the information is so much accessible that we need to start learning. And I would like to appreciate you in attendance, physical and online, because you have taken that step to say, the Northwest has created an event along with the Northwest University Library team. I want to be part of that webinar. I want to be part of that session, and you are here. That is the first step that we need to do. We need to use LIASA as our own platform where we learn, because LIASA calendar is always having activities that are lined up there, and we must be part of that. Because all our libraries, trust me, even in the Free State, we are struggling with ICT infrastructure. We are struggling with poor internet connection. And when I learned that the Northwest is having this internet connection to so many libraries, that is a step in the right direction. So we cannot wait for having more computers and having those budgets for us to to be able to say, now we want to start. No, we need to start. And how do we start? It is sessions like this that are going to prepare us while our principals are working on availing those trainings that will benefit us mostly. We need to start adopting the approach of a podcast team. And listen to this. We all watch and listen to podcasts. But what fascinates me is what is behind the organizing of that podcast. Because behind a successful podcast, I'm not talking about other podcasts, but successful podcast, they have a researcher, they have hosts, they have producers, they have guests, there's fact checkers, storytellers. Underline the two. As librarian, this is the same thing that we need to do. We just take the same idea, the same model, we apply it to ourselves. This is one of the things that we are doing in one of the regions that I'm supervising. Our role then, it becomes we find reliable information, we organize it, we invite experts into the library to share information with those that need that information. You can think of businesses, entrepreneurs. We facilitate the conversation and we translate complex ideas into everyday language and we share that knowledge with the community. That's what we should be doing, because in this day and age, what I'm saying is that it's not that we are leaving behind the collections that we have built. No, we are building up from what we have, moving forward into the AI era. And I will share that later. Very important, before we discuss the ethical use of AI, we as librarians, it must start with us. We must be able to start, before we teach it, we must be able to use it ourselves, experiment it, question it, challenge it, verify, understand its strength, and also its weaknesses. This is what I do normally when I engage with these AI tools. I started as a beginner by just generating information. I have moved from that stage. I'm into the stage where I give AI sources and then I interact with AI with the sources that I give AI. I'm blocking and controlling how AI interacts with me because I want credible information, not allowing AI to just give me the entire information that is going to source all over the world. So this is the reason why that we must first, as librarians, let's tap into these new technologies and information. Because when we go to the community, we must be able to teach them how to trust the AI, how to verify information, how they can protect their privacies. Because our community members, if you can check now, they will put their images, they will put their CV into AI to analyze, and they forgot that they've put in all their full names as they appear on the ID and the ID number. They're giving it to AI, everything, because they don't know that they still need to protect the information. We need to also protect copyright, think critically what is being produced by the AI. So it's quite important for us to start there, because if we cannot understand what our users are doing when they interact with the artificial intelligence, and we will suggest what we think is right, only to find our users are far ahead of us. So what is important, something that we must protect as librarians, is that AI alone doesn't replace reading. It doesn't. Reading is still important. Reading credible sources that are standardized and verified are still important. So what we should do with AI as librarians, we must use AI to recommend books. We must use AI to create reading guides. We must use AI to simplify difficult texts. We must use AI to discuss those complex questions, to simplify them. We must use AI to support our book clubs. We must improve our literacy programs, encourage multilingual learning. This is what we should be doing with AI. What I have done recently with one library is that we took a book and we took just a page snap, and we ask AI, can you teach a grade 3 learner how to read and how to read properly? Read aloud and articulate well. Then the AI did that, and then we gave the learner to read aloud, and AI was correcting the learner in terms of how to. So we have created AI to become an agent assisting the learner in how to read properly. So this is how we should be using AI to address some of those activities that are going to promote the culture of reading. So books remain the foundation, and AI is an assistant, not a replacement of reading. So this is a new librarian supposed to be doing. A new librarian now in the era of AI supposed to be curious, continue learning. We must be digital confident, and this is an area where some of our librarians, we are not tapping into. And it's not difficult. You just have to try and learn. Ethical, responsible, community-centered, collaborative. The collaboration, colleagues, is very important because public libraries, we don't have sufficient resources to move with the trend. We are always blocked by policies and procedures and the issue of budget. So we need to use other stakeholders like universities to say, come in, we want to do what you are doing, we want to do this, come in and also assist. So this is going to help us because now in the era that we live in, leadership is no longer about managing library. Leadership is about growing a learning community. The community is going to respect you and the institution of the library and treat the library as a learning hub because you have created and groomed a learning community. Now, I'm challenging you, colleagues, and here is a challenge, is that AI should strengthen our collection. Don't wait for better building, faster internet, new computers, employer training, and new policies. Because we know in government, this is going to take some time. So we must help government, to have professional and future-ready librarians to be able to implement when resources are available. Then we will be ready as librarians to implement what government is trying to move with the trend. Because by then, we'll be at a stage where, we are able to learn a new skill. We're able to teach each other or teach another person, process, document, do stories and share innovative ideas and repeat the same thing over and over as we transition into the new era. That is quite an important thing. Chairperson, as a closing quote, artificial intelligence will continue to evolve, and it's continuing to evolve. But the greatest intelligence is in every community will always be people who are willing to learn, share, and serve. That is the true calling of a public librarian. And I hope librarians are taking this home, and I would like to say thank you for listening to me. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Mzwandile, for your great presentation. Can we please have another round of applause for Mr. Mzwandile? Yeah, you've said a mouthful. I think colleagues, I saw colleagues in the room making a lot of notes. Colleagues, let's not shy away from this technology that is part of us now. It's no longer part of the future. We are in it. The future that we've been referring to is here. So please let us take the suggestions that Mr. Mzwandile shared with us, and let us indeed be ambassadors that ensure ethical use of AI. Let us guide the communities out there on how to use these AI tools that are there. There's quite a lot of people that haven't even explored AI. I hope none of those people is in this room with us or joining us online. If you haven't explored it, please, Mzwandile said it starts with you using it first. Then once you have used it, that's when you'll be able to advocate for its ethical use, and that's when you'll be able to guide people to use it. Without any waste of time, I want us to move to the next item on the agenda, which is a presentation from Dr. A.I. Mulaudzi. And the topic that we'll be presenting on is adoption of AI in public libraries. So I'll quickly just read Dr. Mulaudzi's profile bio. Dr. Mulaudzi holds a senior lecture position and serving as a program coordinator at the University of Limpopo in the program of information studies. Since August 2021, he has been lecturing, coordinating practicum programs for undergraduate students and supervising postgraduate students. His academic qualifications include a 4-year bachelor's degree in information studies and a master's degree in information studies, specializing in information systems and networks. He later earned a PhD in information science at the age of 29 from the University of South Africa, specializing in information systems and artificial intelligence. Dr. A.I. Mulaudzi, over to you.
Greetings, colleagues. Can you hear me?
Yes, we are able to hear you and we can see your slides.
Thank you. It is a great privilege to join you today as we celebrate Librarians Day. Let me send greetings to everyone attending online and physically, all protocol observed. Colleagues, Henry Ford once said, if everyone is moving forward together, then the success will take care of itself. Colleagues, I really appreciate the collaboration between Northwest University and Northwest Province. This is a great move. It tells that great things in business are never done by one person, but by a team of people. Today, we celebrate not only the custodians of knowledge, but also the champion of learning, research, innovation, and lifelong education. As we are dedicated to embrace new technologies, colleagues, let me introduce the title of my presentation to you, which is Adoption of Artificial Intelligence in Public Libraries in South Africa. I am not a robot. Those who know my voice can tell that I am Dr. A.I. Mulaudzi. Colleagues, here are the points of my presentation. I will take you through the introduction, the context of the study, purpose of the study going forward. In introduction, colleagues, what is artificial intelligence? What is AI? When we talk about AI, we talk about a software, a set of instructions that are meant to enable computers to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, and that include understanding language, recognizing patterns, learning from data, as well as solving problems and making decisions. How does this AI work? It makes use of data and algorithm to automate and enhance library services. That will include information retrieval, cataloging, reference assistance, content recommendation, and decision support. So, colleagues, AI enable computers to think. AI enable computers to learn and make decisions. I often hear people saying, robots are AI. Robots are just machines with this software. Those who are familiar to music can tell that recently DJ Maphorisa was in overseas enjoying Alex. Because AI is a software that can be embedded into any machine, any tool. It can be attached to systems that are installed in a house. So colleagues, this research that I conducted, I based it on AI technologies that were developed by Microsoft and Google companies. Remember that the two companies are the world's leading innovators of AI. So the selected AI platforms were chosen because they are adopted across government departments and municipalities. So they're making them relevant and practical for public sectors. These AI applications, they are accessible through user interface of a computer with access to internet. All you just need any computing device that has access to internet. It could be a tablet, it could be a phone, it could be a laptop, it could be a desktop. So long as a computing device that is connected to the internet, you will be able to interact with this software. I have example of AI tools that were developed by these two companies. We have got AI-powered digital assistants like Copilot and Gemini. These tools are just a software that interact with users through what we call natural language, understanding users' requests, and doing what? Generating information for the users. We also have AI-powered video editing application, which is Clipcamp and Google Vid. This is just a software that uses AI to help users create, edit, enhance, produce videos automatically. By the way, user I'm referring to a person who is making use of a computing device. Remember, a computing device, like I said, it could be a phone, tablet, etc. So we also have AI research assistant, which is Notebook LM developed by Microsoft. This AI research assistant is a tool that allows users to upload documents and notes into an interactive knowledge base with audio summaries. So it makes use of those documents you uploaded to answer questions, make summaries, make themes, give interpretation, create new content with citations back to your original sources. We also have AI-powered visual search tool, which is Google Lens. You had Mr. Muzwandile saying they took a book, they took a picture of that book. Perhaps they were using Google Lens. The Google Lens, what it does, it allows users to identify an object. Basically, this search, it allows users to identify objects, translate text, and solve problems through just a camera. So we also have AI-powered analytics tool like Power BI. This one was developed by Microsoft. So the Power BI is just an analytic platform that transforms raw data from multiple sources into interactive visual reports, dashboards to allow you to manage, be able to manage your data. Moving forward, colleagues, this research to be conducted, I had to select libraries. There are libraries that I had to focus on them. So in the context of libraries, those tools, you can employ them in automated cataloging. How can they assist you in automated cataloging? They can assist you to generate bibliographic description of any source, suggest classifications, number. But what you should know is that when you're using a tool like Copilot and Gemini, the capacity to work alone. They need you as a human to guide them. For instance, I had to take a screenshot of Gemini. I went to Gemini, then I asked a question. I said, Gemini, can you assist me to catalog the book titled First Steps in Research? What the Gemini did, it gave me the bibliographic, the bibliographic cataloging record of that book. It also went further to give me the classification, the subject number, as well as the library classification. It went to give me the annotations. So that is what these tools can do for you in the context of libraries. They can assist you to automate your cataloging. So we also have a Notebook, LM, and Google Lens, like I alluded. This can assist you with metadata generation. What they can do for you, they can help you to make summaries. They can help you with the keywords. They can help you with the description from the sources that you uploaded under them. But you must remember that they cannot work alone. They still need a librarian to be there. They are not able to work independent. So still, these tools, they can assist you with what we call smart information retrieval. So what the Notebook LM does is able to search across materials that are uploaded using what we call natural language. And it also provides evidence-based answers with citations. So what you need to do as a librarian, you need to upload sources under the Notebook LM. Then the Notebook LM will do what will help to facilitate the search. Then we also have the reference service in library, as you know. So for the reference service, you can still employ the Notebook LM, which is developed by Microsoft. This will assist you to, it serves as a conversational assistant for documents that are uploaded. Let's say you have got library reports, you've got library guides, etc. You upload them under this software. Then this software will do what? Will serve as an assistant, will facilitate the conversation between the user and the machine. In case where library users, they've got questions, this will assist. So we also have a recommendation of books and resources. The Power BI and Google Feeds are there to assist. How can they assist? They're able to identify popular books. They're able to identify books that are checked out of the library more often through the trends. So what you can do, you can use these tools to create promotional videos to highlight recommended books, because these tools, they've got those powers of able to do what? To identify popular books, books that are checked from the library more often. So you get those books that are checked out more often, you create videos so that you do what? You help to sell out the library to your users. We also have the digital preservation. So with the digital preservation, you can use what we call the Power BI. How can the Power BI help you? The Power BI can monitor the preservation activities, the digitization progress, the storage usage through the dashboard. So through the dashboard, you're able to see the diagram going up and down. You see if people are working, people are not doing their work. You see the activities that are taking place within your sector. That is the power of BI. We also have collection management in the library, you know. So we have this Power BI. How can Power BI help you with the collection management? It can help you to analyze the circulation. It can help you to analyze the acquisition. It can help you to analyze collection usage, books that are overdue, books that were checked out and never returned. So through this Power BI, we are able to have effective management of libraries collection. So we also have language translation in the library. There are people who need help, or people who need assistance from librarians with translation. So we have this notebook, LM, and Google Lens. The two can help with translation, can help to explain the content from uploaded materials in multiple languages. It doesn't matter whether it's Spanish, Tonga, it's Venda, whatever the language it is, this software are going to assist you. Like I told you that I focused the study on public libraries. So I had to select 2 public libraries in South Africa and categorized them. How did I categorize them? I had to go for those libraries that are advanced and those libraries that are lacking behind. So those that are advanced, I had to check things like ICT infrastructure, digital collection, internet connectivity, as well as automation system. For those that are lagging behind, I also did a check. Let's check. Poor connectivity was considered. The manual service was considered. Shortage of skills was considered, as well as the budget. You know that most of the community libraries are suffering lack of money. There is no money. The budget is limited. So the aim for the study was to investigate the adoption of artificial intelligence in libraries. I had objectives that I took my study through. Then I did review the literature. When I was going through the literature, I noticed that the adoption of artificial intelligence in libraries, it is still at the early stage. People are not doing anything, whereas people, they have opportunities, whereas people, they have got access to these services. Like I told you earlier on, that most of the government departments, most of the municipalities in South Africa are subscribed to Microsoft product, are subscribed to Google product, things like Power BI. You have access to such software. All you need a skill to work around. Yet we still have libraries that are still at the early stage considering the adoption of artificial intelligence. And when we go to developing countries, the situation is worse. So in South Africa, what I did not like when I was perusing the literature was the finding that most of our libraries are still on the traditional library management system, whereas we are now having what we call intelligent AI system to manage the library. I know that not all the libraries can move forward, but we need to consider the development. We need to embrace these new technologies. Even if you do not have access to that library management system that is intelligent, you have access to Microsoft productivity tools. The access you have with Microsoft, it gives you to intelligent systems that can help you to make your library shine. So even though the adoption of AI in South Africa is emerging, the situation remains uneven. This is not a good representation for our country. Let's try our best level to stand up and employ these technologies. We can. I believe that we can. What we need, we just need a skill. We need to wake up and do what and start using these technologies. So in terms of technological factors, when I was going through the literature, I realized that most of the libraries in South Africa through SETA, they do have reliable ICT infrastructure. They do have high-speed internet. They do have library automation system. You had the SLIMS. That is a good move. It's what we want as a country. But there were some negative factors that I had to find. That was the poor connectivity. Even though access to internet is provided in libraries, most of the librarians are complaining about the strength of that connectivity. They will tell you that the access is poor. The computers that are made available in the libraries are very outdated. They are not compatible to new technologies. They will tell you that even though you are saying these softwares are available online through the user interface, yet we are not able to access them because the computers that we are using are not compatible. They are slow, just a disaster. So there is a lack of interoperability that I have also discovered when I was doing the literature review. So talking about this interoperability, we are referring to the ability of different products or systems able to work together. If you can check within a province, you'll find out that most of the libraries are independent based on the municipality. They're not able to work together as one and share resources. So the lack of interoperability is going to affect us. We're not going to see the changes. We're not going to see the new technologies that we have to embrace. This is what I found from the literature. And the last thing under the technological factor, inadequate of technical support. Librarians were brave enough to tell us that we don't have technical support. The computer will shut down. You will call the municipality to send the technician. They will do that within a week, within a month. So we need our managers to support us. We need our managers to make technical support readily available. If possible, each library must have a technical support so that librarians are able to embrace these technologies. Even the librarians, they should make sure that they have technical skills. And one thing that I love about our universities, when they were trying to recalculate the curriculum, they had to consider a need for technical skill within a professional librarian. So as a professional librarian, you need to make sure that you possess that technical skill which will allow you to work despite the technical issues that you're going to experience during the operation. So while I was busy with my literature, under the organizational factors that influence AI adoption, I had to find out that we have a leadership that is committed. The staff training, it is available. Digital skills are available. Funds are made to the public.
Dr. Bolautsi?
Yes?
Sorry to disturb you. I was just informed that you have 5 minutes remaining.
Okay.
If you can even keep it shorter, that would be perfect.
Thank you so much. Let me skip the literature review. So these were my findings. So most of my findings, they do align with the literature findings. I will skip here. So I had to propose this architecture. This is the work that I had to come up with for our libraries to shine. Colleagues, we have access to Google services. We have access to Microsoft products. Make use of these products. You can go to Google site, create a website for your library. This will make your library be visible on the net. And when you have got the website, you are able to incorporate these tools. And these tools are going to allow you to run smoothly. They're going to allow you to embrace the AI. These are part of the recommendations. These were my references. Colleagues, what the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master call it a butterfly. We do not have to be scared. We don't have to be worried that AI is coming to finish us. AI is the end of librarianship. No, that is the start of us to shine. We need to go out there, teach people AI, show people how AI can enhance our life. AI is here to join us. AI is here to make our life better. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Dr. AI. We were arguing on whether AI is initials or AI is artificial intelligence. So thank you for that clarity. And from what you said, we have learned that AI, we still need to be there as librarian. So AI is not taking over. So we as librarian, we are here to stay. We'll move from the presentation again. We have learned for a more info about AI, why AI exists and what, and also how to use these tools. So going back, I think we are still going to implement what we have learned. And Remabina, can you also request Dr. Mlauzi to share the presentation, because we need to engage further as colleagues from that presentation. Thank you, colleagues. We are moving to the last item, vote of thanks by former Liasa Provincial Chair, Mayor Jeanette Matsapola, and then from there we'll request the Chair, Dade Mabina, to do presentation to our speaker. Jeanette. Good afternoon, colleagues. Thank you for the platform. My task today is not that much, but to thank you all for being part of this celebration. Liasa Northwest Public and Community Libraries won't be a success without you, colleagues. As we celebrate the success in our field, I would like to thank you all for being part of this celebration again. Our sincere gratitude goes to Northwest University for hosting us today, especially for Dr. Moyo and his team, for the warm welcome that they've welcomed us here today, and the story that he shared through his journey as a community library user. I will also like to thank our Director, Library Information Archive Services in Northwest, Mem Masempe,
for her leadership and continued support with LIASA's work. Her commitment to the growth and development of librarians and librarianship in the province, it doesn't go unnoticed. I would also like to thank National PECLIC Chair, Manda Yu, for the inspiring remarks that remind us of the critical role that the community libraries are playing in our communities, that is given by Mr. Mabina. Our most special thanks goes to our presenters, our presenter, Mr. Madalane, on unpacking the internet and Wi-Fi connectivity in our province, especially in the libraries, and how it upgraded and contributed to the services that we give our communities. Ms. Mamaki Makhakhane, on the insight of SLIM status in the province, especially as the system that we are using in our community libraries to provide information. Mr. Mabina, on his presentation showcasing how Wolmaransstad community libraries are bridging a digital divide gap through Cisco Network Academy, free training courses to improve the digital inclusions in our communities. And this is not only for community libraries in Wolmaransstad, but also to South Africa as a whole. The training is also for the staff and community members. The colleagues should take advantage of that. Mr. Mureyani, on your presentation from Northwest Nursing College on information sharing and resources. In simple way, I can say that the presentation was just to show us what more we can do with the collaboration and partnership within our communities. We thank you. The presentation, thank you. The presentation from Mr. Mzwandile Radebe on repositioning public libraries and community learning leaders in the era of AI. As librarians, we need to know the needs of our communities. And we also need to know the resources that they are using so that we are able to meet their information needs, especially using the AI. Lastly, the presentation from Dr. Mlauzi. The last presentation of Dr. Mlauzi truly brings life into our theme for this Librarians Day that says libraries champions the ethical, inclusive, and inclusive AI. As librarians, we need to know and identify AI tools that we can use in our libraries to allow us to work smart. I would also like to acknowledge our program directors, Ms. Tepiso Ratswane and Mr. Kasani Smilan Siemela, on steering this ship until now. Not forgetting our Liasa National Office that is making it, that is making sure that both our attendees, librarians, online, and present here, they are able to attend the celebration with us. And also the technical team on making sure that this program runs smoothly. I will make a mistake if I forget our Northwest Petlick Chair on the job well done that he did and the team on making sure that the program runs smoothly. Lastly, thank you, colleagues, both online and present here, on your dedication and active participation in what keeps our professional vibrant and relevant. As we live here, let's live here inspired and committed to ensure that libraries remain inclusive spaces where no one is left behind. Like Director said, let's take pride in the work that we do and provide in our communities and embrace the change of AI. I thank you.
Okay. Thank you, colleagues. Unfortunately, most of our presenters are not here. They were visual, but we'll communicate with them on how they can get their gift. And Dr. Moriani, can you come to the front? Anyone on behalf of Dr. Moyo can get this and give it to Dr. Moyo. For the doctor. Okay. Yeah, just to say thank you from the Liasa. Hey, hey. Yeah, thank you, Program Director. Those that were presenting visual, we've communicated with them how they will get theirs. Right.
Okay, thank you, colleagues. You are in item number 11, closure. It's unfortunate that we don't have any papers to present at Liasa conference from public community libraries. However, we saw that we are having a great papers that we have shared with our colleagues at the conference. So colleagues, we are encouraging us, including me, that next year, let's do better. Last year, we did better at the conference with the presentation, and we know that colleagues are doing great, they're doing the great work that we can share with other colleagues what we are doing in the province. Let's do the recap. The presenter spoke about the reluctant. I think it's also about the attitude of the staff members towards libraries and the work that they are doing, the role we are playing in our communities, AI era reshaping how we operate, and the impact that we are making as librarians and as library work. Lastly, let's celebrate us, and we are hoping to see you. We are not sure next year we're going to RSM or to Nakamodiri Molema, one of the two. But thank you for allowing me to stay this ship. I'm having an announcement. Lunch. I was thinking lunch. Lunch. It's somewhere.
It's at the kitchen at the first floor.
First floor
But
kitchen.
the staff members will also usher.
Okay. Thank you, colleagues from Natepiso Ratswana, from Dr. KK District Library. How can we forget conditional grant manager that they Helwani, who made this thing available, who assisted to finance. Seriango Sejano. Thank you, colleagues. See you next year.